Why are folks in the media space so damn messy? I'll be right back. Welcome back to Coffee Rhetoric. Once again, I am your intrepid host, Tiffany J, back with some brief commentary in my ongoing commentary about messy media. And this time, Fox Soul's TGIF is on the docket. Let's dive right on in, shall we? Fox Soul has officially canceled its popular Hot Topic show TGIF post hiatus. And as most of us know, the drama behind this decision has been very, very messy. The cancellation follows a highly controversial on air incident where co host Armon Wiggins brutally dragged the holy fuck out of his colleague Al Reynolds during what was supposed to be a lighthearted birthday roast. The roast, however, quickly turned sour when Armon took the opportunity to air out behind the scenes Fox Soul drama and personal grievances he seemed to have against Reynolds, leading to mild backlash, just a little bit, and chatter across the internet and tension among all the hosts. And all of those hosts are, once again, Armon Wiggins, Al Reynolds, and Claudia Jordan.
Al, you're a man of many talents, some of which include being messy, causing drama, and having a knack for making our workplace feel like a reality TV show. Al's got a unique ability to smile in your face, snap a picture, and go behind your back and talk about you to your coworker that he claims he hates. It's like he's got a PhD in two-faced studies, okay? Due to Al's special relationship with management and his hypersensitivity, we are not allowed to talk about his failed marriage. So even though he's brought it up many times, I'll steer clear of that topic to keep my job. Now, but wait, there's more. Al fancies himself as the facts guy, but somehow he never seems to get the actual facts right. He's also a talk show host who's supposed to have all the strong opinion, but the guy can't form a thought without his notes. Seriously. I've seen grocery store lists with more spontaneous insight. And let's not forget his legendary struggle with names and words. Al, it's successful, not successful. It's like watching a toddler trying to pronounce spaghetti. Oh, and how could I forget Al's clout chasing antics? He's got all these celebrities friends, but the best part, none of these celebrities actually know they're supposed to be friends with him.
So while Al seemed to keep his cool during the tirade, later on that night, he called Armon's predecessor, Funky Dineva, who used to fill Armon's seat before he left over payment disputes, and just started going live on his own platform. Well, anyway, while Funky Dineva, whose real name is Quentin Latham, was in the middle of his own live stream, he got a phone call from Al Reynolds, who he had on speakerphone. And then Al quickly started going in about how upset he was about Armon roasting the holy fuck out of him. And he talked about how unprofessional Armon was. But then Funky Dineva quickly had to stop him to let him know, hey, you're live, so you might want to stop talking and have this conversation with me later. So that was that.
Hey.
Listen.
Hold on before you talk.
No,
I'm on live.
You need to hear this on live.
Hold on. People can hear you.
I don't give a fuck. When I tell you go back and watch TGIF tonight, go back and watch TGIF tonight.
What happened?
Go back and watch TGIF tonight, and you tell me if I don't have a reason. Ooh, you filming me?
I told you was live.
Oh, my bad.
And so that truly kind of gave us meaning viewers who love the mess, a little bit of insight into what, a little bit of insight into the behind the scenes drama over at Fox Soul. So shortly after Armon roasted Al Reynolds, TGIF abruptly went on hiatus, and its future seemed to hang in the balance while folks weighed in on whether Armon's roast was the final nail in the coffin for either him or the entire show. So, in a recent announcement, Armon Wiggins and co-host Claudia Jordan took to their social media platforms and finally broke the news that TGIF would not be returning and that their show had been canceled. So this revelation left viewers of the show unsurprised, because many of us had a feeling that when they abruptly went on hiatus, we had a feeling that one of two things were going to happen. Either Armon was going to get the axe, or the entire show was just going to be scrapped. So it looked like they decided to just scrap the entire show. So a lot of us were not surprised. And, many people had been speculating about the behind the scenes drama and the show's impending demise, actually following Funky Dineva's departure, particularly after the show decided to choose Armon as his replacement. Only because those of us who watch Armon Wiggins on his own platform know how messy he can be. And while he's talented and he has a huge following, let's be honest, Armon Wiggins doesn't really have the range to talk about trending topics like politics and, to offer social commentary on a lot of what's going on in the world. If you watch his platform, a lot of his commentary tends to begin and end at female rap beefs, and that's it. So, a lot of people had been skeptical about him replacing and filling Funky Dineva's shoes to begin with, but that's neither here nor there, because I have a feeling that a lot of what had been going on over on Fox Soul's TGIF, I have a feeling like a lot of that mess was pre-existing before Armon filled Funky Dineva's chair. But the story doesn't end there. Recently, Claudia Jordan, who had been fighting to save the show, appeared on Carlos King's YouTube show and spilled all kinds of interesting tea about the ongoing drama at Fox Soul. And she actually blamed Al Reynolds as the messy cause behind most of it. She also suggested that Al was a disloyal friend, that he was an instigator, and that he was an opportunist who contributed to the low morale amongst their little team.
What happened between you and Al?
I think he hates me.
That's a strong statement.
I do.
Hates you?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I don't know. But it feels that way sometimes. And this is someone that, we were friends, you know what I mean? And I know he always wanted to do this kind of stuff, and I have him on there, and it's like, I sometimes feel like no good deed goes unpunished. You know what I'm saying? You've probably been in a situation before, you're like, man, this would be great for you, and then there's a reason for someone to be mad at you. I don't know, there was a build up over the years of little things. I'm a person that pays a lot of attention to character and things that you do. If your actions don't match your words, I will make a note to self, So they have been hot, cold. Like, Al was all for Armon when Armon was coming for me, and we was kind of bumping heads. And once we got along, it seemed like Al wasn't really happy. It seemed like his demeanor changed. And I'm like, damn, none of us should be miserable on the panel. We should all be I liked it when some days I agree with this one, some days I agree with that one, and some days y'all are against, y'all don't agree with me. That's what makes the show fun. And some people think that I don't like I only like people that agree with me. Absolutely not. If you know my
TV,
if you know my background and where I come from, Fox Soul, I love debate that's healthy and not mean. We can get our points across. Well, I think this. I love those kind of debates. But you have to be in a good place to be able to not take this stuff personally.
So take us back to that day that roast happened, and the moment it went to commercial break. What happened?
I was just kind of quiet, but he's been that way lately anyways. He'll mute his mic during the break, and then he'll come back and his mic is still on mute. So many times I'm like, Al, you're mute, you're on 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 mute. That happened 3 times in one week, and that's just kind of how he's been lately. He's been kind of a little, I don't know what's going on with him, but So he didn't, he continued the show, and he hasn't really been high energy lately anyways. So it wasn't like a big difference. Like, he just was like, all right, And then after, we kind of sat on the Zoom, like we do like a meeting afterwards sometimes. And then he said he thought it was disgusting. But he also said on the show that he loved it and he loved every minute of it.
He said, I thought it was great. Ratchet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I understand that could be saving face at the time. I get that.
Yeah. So in the production meeting afterwards, you, Armon, Al, and the producers, and he made it very clear he wasn't happy with it. He thought it was disgusting.
Yeah.
Did Armon apologize?
No.
So Armon Wiggins also took to Twitter to double down on his stance about Al, stating that Reynolds got what he wanted, and what he wanted allegedly was for the show to be canceled. This whole situation has raised questions about professionalism and the limits of on-air banter. While some argue that the roast went too far, others believe it highlights deeper issues at Fox Soul. Because like I said, I had a feeling that even though Armon Wiggins roasted the fuck out of Al Reynolds, a lot of what had been going on, I have a feeling that a lot of it predated him filling that chair for what it had been, 3 to 6 months? Wasn't that long. But in any event, what does this mean for the future of Fox Soul and its programming? I don't know, because TGIF was its most popular show on the platform. So only time will tell. But one thing is for sure, this incident will be remembered as a significant moment in Fox Soul's history, I believe. So stay tuned, I guess, as I keep you updated on any and all messy media news as it crosses my desk. Like what you heard here? Be sure to give your feedback in the comment section, like and or subscribe if you feel so inclined. Check out the About section for all links and other pertinent information about Coffee Rhetoric. And until next time, stay informed and stay caffeinated. I'm out.